Welcome back to my official podcast. This is Gaurav, and again, it looks like that Sharjah is producing a low-scoring thriller, and once again, we have seen that 120 for score of a 125 and 127 are producing thrillers at Sharjah. Just imagine that the Sharjah is a ground who was able to produce 200 and 190 scores earlier in the 2020 IPL, and now it has been producing a 125 and a 127 score, and it is still producing a thriller score. And Kolkata has just won the match by 3 wickets by beating Delhi Capitals. I know. I guess Saurabh sir would be very happy with this KKR win, and he would be over to the moon. And we will have a definitely discussion on the KKR win, and we will definitely have a discussion and what will be the things moving ahead for the Kolkata and the other teams after this Kolkata win. So we will have this discussion today with the Saurabh sir. Saurabh sir, welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. It's pleasure to speaking to you once again.
Yeah, same here,
It
sir.
was a thriller if you are a KKR fan, but otherwise it was not that much of a good match if you look at it.
But still, sir, 125, you can't imagine in a T20 that 127 score of a 127 and the other team as losing a 7 or 8 wickets, and the match is going to the 19th over. So the match, you can say that the low scoring are producing much interesting than the others game.
Yeah, because the pitches
Especially
are very
I'm
slow.
talking about the Sharjah. Especially I'm talking
Yeah,
about the Sharjah ground.
yeah, the pitches are seeming to be a little different than last year. Pitch seems to be a
Yes,
little
yes,
slow. But you have to also given that it was only because of Delhi Capitals bowling that you had a thriller. Means it went up to
yes.
a 19th
Without
over.
any doubt.
They are the
Without any doubt.
best bowling team, and otherwise I do not see this match. I thought KKR would have won in 18 overs, 17, 18 overs. It was
Yes.
only because of the Delhi bowlers. If you even look at, I was thinking that Delhi will be winning the match because only Sunil Narine actually changed it towards the end. Just like the other
Yes, he
day,
made the
Ravindra
difference.
Jadeja changed it. Yeah, he made the difference.
Yes, he made the difference.
So yeah, otherwise KKR was a batsman short also, so it would have been little difficult.
Okay, let's start with the what do you call it? Delhi Capitals batting. So obviously the Prithvi Shaw was injured today, and I think in the earlier matches, Delhi Capitals was playing with the only 3 overs his player. Obviously, Marcus Stoinis was injured, and they brought Lalit Yadav in. And today, obviously, and I think it was a one match before that. I think Prithvi Shaw doesn't field it in that match against forgetting the match,
Right.
but Steve Smith fielded in that inning, and
Hmm.
I was aware that Prithvi Shaw might be in trouble. And today we saw that Prithvi Shaw was out of this game, and Steve Smith was batting. So. What was main thing missing about the Delhi Capitals batting? Was it intent or the pitch played the vital role for the Delhi Capitals batting?
Yeah, pitch definitely played a vital role for both the teams. But I think you
Yes,
have to understand that the way Prithvi Shaw bats, or especially this season, the way he has been batting, he actually
yes,
tries to hit the bowlers within the first 2 overs. Now, because that time the pitch doesn't come into question because the pitch is relatively better, and Prithvi Shaw uses the pace very well, and
yes,
he gets off to a flyer. Now, because
yes,
Steve Smith was playing, Dhawan had to take that role. Now, we know
yes.
very well Dhawan actually tries to play himself in and then go big. And Steve
Obviously,
Smith is, of course, a very slow starter. We know that. So that is
yes.
why they could not get off to a flyer. And because they could not get off to the flyer, the KKR spinners, especially Sunil Narayan and Varun, are in supreme form. They were able to have a stranglehold on the team. And once the wicket
And I think
started
so.
falling,
I
it
think
was very
it's not
difficult.
only about the Steve Smith. I think Rishabh Pant also struggled today.
Yeah, that is what I said. Because as the game progressed, it is very difficult for stroke makers to make us play shots. I am very sure
Yes,
players like Karan Pollard and all will also struggle here,
yes,
especially if they are slow bowlers. See, why
yes,
Rabada went for a lot of runs? Because he was bowling on the slot and at full pace. So it's relatively
yes,
easier to play these bowlers than the slow bowlers. So
yes.
uh, see, this match was turned over due to 2 overs. One was Lalit Yadav's over, and another was
We will have a
Rabada's
definitely
over.
discussion. We will have a definitely discussion on that, sir. Reserve your comment for that, sir. We will have a definitely discussion. I think we will definitely talk about the Rishabh Pant blunder of the captaincy. I think he just made a blunder out of this tactical skills which he was it was currently missing in that match. We will have a definitely discussion on that, sir. But I want to discuss about the one player, and I have tweeted a lot of things about that player, and he doesn't made a lot of impact with the bat, but he was brilliant with the ball today. And I'm talking about Venkatesh Iyer. He bowled a 4 over spell today. He was bowling a Yorker, he was bowling a slower one, and he never looked at any point of time that he's a part-time bowler. He looked like a proper all-rounder, and those figure of 29 for 2 in 4 overs was quite remarkable today, sir. And we rely too much heavily on the Hardik Pandya, sir. And I'm very much sure after this performance, I will be definitely keeping a close eye on Venkatesh Iyer, and I will be putting him after in the Indian colors after the T20 World Cup, because I want what do you call it, backup option for the Hardik Pandya, because if he doesn't bowl, he won't be available in my team. So I want the backup option available for Team India as soon as possible if Hardik Pandya injuries continues like this.
Yeah, I will not be very surprised if he is selected for the New Zealand tour, because as you know, just after the World Cup, within 3 days
Yes,
we
that's
have a
what I'm saying, sir.
T20. Yeah, so
Yes,
I
that's
am
what
very
I'm saying.
sure that he will be selected. Now,
Yes,
this is the start. See, IPL gives us a lot of stars, right? Hardik
yes,
Pandya also came through IPL. Bumrah also came through
yes,
IPL. People did not know their names. So Venkatesh
yes,
Iyer got this opportunity. He already showed that he is not a batsman who will just throw the bat on every ball. He has all the sorts
yes,
while batting,
yes,
and he looks a proper batsman with in his offside strokes also. We only did not know how good a bowler he is. Yeah, the couple of days back he bowled 1 over, which was very good, and today I
yes.
think
I,
he
I think
showed that
that was
he
the
has.
17th or 18th over, sir, isn't it? Against the CSK?
Yeah, yeah, he was towards the fag end. He bowled 1 over, and he did not go for many runs. I think he went for only 4 runs. I was surprised that he was not continued. But today, I think he showed that he is quite a handy bowler. Not only handy bowler, he can easily bowl 3-4 overs. There is no doubt about it. He has Yorkers also. Today, he showed that
Yes,
he
that
has
was the main
Yorkers
thing, and
also.
that got. I was really happy with that. Once he was bowling in the death overs, he had a proper Yorker and he had a proper slower one also.
Yeah, so I think he seems to be a pretty good talent. I think this has been a smart buy by KKR. So we'll see, because I think KKR still has another 3 matches to go. So hopefully we'll be able to see that Venkatesh Iyer uses this opportunity, scores as many runs as possible, so that he gets selected for the New Zealand tour.
Let's discuss about the Sunil Narine, the man, and I want to discuss about the Sunil Narine, the bowler, because
Hmm.
a lot of time the ICC has banned about the talked about this his action. Again, he has remodeled his action, and again he bowled a remarkable spell today, and that spell made a lot of difference. That probably I think Delhi Capitals was looking for a 140 on 150 score, and I think Sunil Narine, the bowler, was quite remarkable today.
Yeah, I think the primary thing that he did today was taking uh, Shreyas Iyer's wicket,
Shreyas
because
Iyer
Shreyas
wicket, and
Iyer
that was a
is a
beauty.
fan. Yeah, it was a beauty. Not only that, Shreyas Iyer is a fantastic player against spin. So
Yes.
if somebody would have taken KKR spin bowlers to the cleaners, it was actually Shreyas Iyer. Once they got Shreyas Iyer's wicket, it became a relatively easy, because then the primary goal was only Rishabh Pant. So Shreyas Iyer's wicket made a big difference, and he did not go for runs at all. I think he went for 18 runs in 4 overs, and he's picked up 2 wickets. And even
Yes.
against Chennai, the way he bowled the last over, it showed that Sunil Narine has lost none of his magic, because he has come back, he has remodeled his action, but he has not lost anything. He is still there.
Yes.
He is still available with KKR. Still, primary bowler remains Sunil Narine.
So I want to talk about some of the injury concern that KKR is facing. And Lockie Ferguson has bowled only 2 overs and got 2 wickets. After that, we didn't see him bowling in this match. And Russell is obviously injured. So don't you think is KKR has the slight concern moving ahead in this tournament about this injury concern that they are facing?
Yeah, I think Andre Russell most probably his tournament is over because it's a hamstring
Okay.
injury. So I don't think he will come back. But I think for Ferguson it is not a very big niggle. Otherwise they wouldn't have sent him to bat because Sandeep Warrior also could have run. Because
Yes.
anyways, when 2 runs were required, you could have sent anyone. Why did you send Ferguson? So that means Ferguson will be available. Probably he was very tired because of the heat, so he did not bowl. He had to go out. But Andrew Russell, I don't see. But I was very surprised with selection of Team Saudi because I thought that they have Ben Cutting. Ben Cutting is a better option because his batting is better than Team Saudi. And now that Venkatesh Iyer is bowling well, so it makes much more sense to play Ben Cutting in place of Team
Okay.
Saudi.
Let's discuss about this Kolkata Knight Riders batting. Again, Shubman Gill hasn't lived up to his expectation. He got a start, and I think the required run rate wasn't too much of a pressure, I think, on him. But he again missed his opportunity and scored only 30 of 33 balls. So, what do you want to say
As I
about
have
that?
been telling that I think we discussed it after the first match that he always plays well in the first couple of matches, then he loses out. So that is the problem with him. We KKR will continue with him. You don't have any option. He is your primary batsman. But I hope he is working with his coaches to find out how we can increase the run rate. Because in T20 cricket, if you go slow down so much, it becomes a problem. Because he played out a maiden over and then got out, which is not very good.
Yes, yes, that's the main thing.
Hmm. So he
Okay,
has to
and
work on it.
yeah, and I want to discuss about this Nitish Rana. There has been a lot of talk about Nitish Rana that he has been not been contributing too much with the bat, but he was quite remarkable today, and he played a very mature inning, which I want to talk about. That he played like a mature T20 batsman. That he doesn't play like a rash shots and want to get out. He played like a mature innings and a mature guy.
He had to play it today because he lost Morgan very quickly, and then
Yes.
Dinesh Karthik also did not go for a long time, so he had to play. And I think his the turning point was Lalit Yadav's over, and I think it was a big blunder by Rishabh Pant because both of them plays for Delhi. He is a very good player against spin, so it was a blunder to send Lalit Yadav against uh,
We will definitely discuss.
Nitish
Let's talk
Rana.
about let's discuss about the Sunil Narine, the batsman, the man who made the difference with the bat. Because obviously KKR have tried a lot of times to open as an opener, tried a lot of times that he should make an impact as an opener, but he failed as an opener. Now he's batting in the lower down the middle order, and today he smacked Kagiso Rabada out of the park. And obviously, the way he was playing those bouncer, he was middling it, and obviously once when the top edge got also got with a six, and that made a lot of difference. That inning of Sunil Narayan cameo was made a lot of difference, and obviously I want to talk about Rishabh Pant captaincy. I don't know why he didn't bowl Andre Nokia earlier, because I think he had that in mind that spinner will play a vital role in this kind of pitches, but it didn't. Lalit Yadav was went out of the park, and they played beautifully. I can understand Ravichandra Ashwin is a primary spinner, and you need to bowl in 4 overs, and obviously he bowled well. But I think once you have a bowler who can bowl at 150, 150, you need to use him as an attacking option.
Yeah, I think, see, according to me, you should have bowled Rabada within the first 10 overs, and that would have meant you would have kept Ashwin 1 over towards the back end. Because
Yes.
what KKR has been showing that their spinners have bowled pretty well towards the back end of the innings also. Today, Varun bowled the 17th over. Couple of days earlier, Sunil Narayan bowled the last over. So they should have kept 1 over for Ashwin towards the end, and that would have meant that you would have got Norje in between 1 over. So the
I think, sir,
tactical mistake
Nokia
was
once
to,
Nokia came was about to bowl the second over. I think only 9 or 10 runs was left, and that was quite shocking. That how
yeah,
I can understand if Nokia is facing some injury concern that you want to save him for the rest of the tournament. But if he was fit and available to bowl, why you bowled him so late, especially in this crunch
yeah.
situation game where you
Yeah,
needed him to take
especially
wickets?
especially I'll tell you, Nitish Rana would have struggled against him. So
Yes.
as soon as they got Morgan, they could have got Norrie back for 1 over. because the problem was that because Rabada got 1 wicket in the first over, they had to repeat Rabada. And
Yes.
unfortunately for Delhi, Narine took that over to the cleaners. And in that over, the match was completely over because only 9 runs were left after that. So the
Yeah.
tactical mistake was not bowling Norrie just after Morgan getting out. So then they
Yes.
could have killed a match there with Rana's wicket. They missed the trick there.
Okay, so let's move out to our next segment called Hit and Miss. Who was, according to you, as a hit today? And obviously, I know his name. Who made the difference for Kolkata Knight Riders, and who was a missing player, according to you, who missed the opportunity in today's game?
Yeah, the hit is definitely Sunil Narine. He
Yes.
performed with both bat and ball. And the person whom I choose for the miss out, I will say Rishabh Pant, because not only though he scored the highest number of runs, but the strike rate was not there, and he made some two big tactical blunders in the field, which
Yes.
finally cost them the match. So I'll go with Rishabh Pant.
Okay, I think we're done. We are done for today's first half of first match, and we will definitely have a discussion on once the second match will get over. Till then, guys, do like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Till then, sir, we will meet after the second match. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sure. Thank you.